I have to say about the recent protests in Nigeria is that it's the least that has happened for a people that have been neglected for so long. You see, what you see on the streets of Nigeria is a reflection of the negligence that the people have received from those in power for years. I mean, how can we explain the fact that there is food and people are dying of hunger, people are crying, and then you lock up the food somewhere in the guys that palliative that are meant to be shared at a particular time? It's a very nasty experience. Though to some extent the activities of the protesters in the area of looting private property and stuff, I condemn those ones in the strongest sense. But if they had gone after government owned warehouses, I have no issues with all of them.
Youth are waking up now, so I'm sure they'll learn a lot. Don't tell me they don't learn lessons. They learn a lot of lessons, because going by the weight of what happened, if they were allowed, they would have done more. And it was an opportunity for the thief. It even wants to sequestrate this. So I'm sure they learn a lot of lessons. And I'm sure it has closed doors. So many things are going on. Don't forget that this is the first time they came up with a legislation to end bandit brutality in Nigeria politics. And I want to believe it's a welcome development.
Our government has really taken the citizens, the youth, the masses of this country too much for granted. And it's a time that the government should use this as a point to regret and to wake up and take a better step towards the way they manage the affairs of this country. So definitely, from both angles, we believe this protester started with a good ideology. Along the line, some riffraff, they call themselves hoodlums, try to adjust the system. My advice to the government, if I will come in on that, I would like the government to see what has happened is just like an iceberg that is about a bigger picture in the future. So what the government should take into cognizance, something like this should not repeat itself. And when history repeats itself, it doesn't do anyone.
For me now, I'm a youth now. See me now, I'm very angry. Forget I'm smiling.
Yeah, I know that you are.
I'm really angry.
I know that you are.
As you see me, I'm ready to be alive now. Just because I was not in Lagos or once regularly. It could have been anybody. It could have been my brother. It could have been my sister. It could have been your brother. You understand my point? Each and every one of us in this country, we are fucking angry right now. Nobody wants you.
I think our leaders by now supposed to have learned their lesson, and I'm very sure, inshallah, with the grace of Almighty God, they are going to adjust and address the issue. So you can see that for the first time in India, I don't know, that the people came out and demanded for something, and within a week in Nigeria, the so-called task was disbanded. I think that is important. It's a welcome development.
They really learned their lesson, because one day this is a tip of an iceberg. One day there will be a real uproar from Nigerian youth. One day they will say no. They will not be afraid of gunshots anymore. They will not be afraid of what the police or the politicians will say about them. I have seen that Nigerian youth can decide the future of this country. If they said yes to anything, they can go. If they said no to anything, they can stand on it.
Somebody who has been a senior president, even when you were in the primary school, you see there at the same. What is he doing? Their brain has actually failed them, because they can no longer even articulate ideas and policies that would even move a country that by maybe 2023 or something will be like 200 million people. And then there are no clear policies on ground to address this population. It's like you are sitting on a time bomb. You actually want it to explode with time.
Asking concerning that of palliative, they're right. Even though they didn't, they're right. Why would they keep it there? People are dying of hunger. People are crying, suffering. And look, behold, there's a way out. That's this thing. Someone kept it there, not giving it out. That's the wicked one. That's the height of wickedness.
Of course, when you look at something like this going on, the peaceful protesters, they have gone back home. These are not the protesters that are breaking into way out. These are not the people. These are criminal elements in the society. Because of the situation the government allowed these same criminals. You know, there are some things we should like to always avoid. The government failed to avoid that protest, and the protest has put the country, the state, into this anomaly, which should not come up. The people that started the protest, they have gone back to their field. They have gone back to their state. They are not the one doing this act. These are criminals. This is hunger we are talking about. With hunger, you can do anything. When you don't have what to eat. Most people you are seeing, all those migrants you are seeing on the road today, they are trying to push them to the road. Let me tell you, I've once a taxi driver. I am a teacher. I join it together with taxi. You understand? And it's because of things are not going the way it's supposed to go. You are not going well. So in fact, it's a very wrong thing, especially when either it is government or not government warehouse. It's very wrong for anybody, any citizen, to take law into their hands. So I'm very sure those people that have done that, some of them have also, realized their mistake. I'm sure Almighty will touch their minds and everybody will.
Yes, I condemn people going to private warehouses to loot personal businesses or something like that. But in the first place, what led to the government funding what they were meant for their citizens? They said that different private organizations, they donated so many things to Nigerians during the outbreak of COVID-19 in our nation. And what happened that, why is it difficult for our government to share it to the, if you look in the street of Abuja, there are so many vulnerable people going around. When you go to restaurants, you see people begging for food. You see young men and women begging for food. You find out that sometimes you listen to radio, they say that some average Nigerians are living below $1 per day. My brother, it's more worse than that. Some people doesn't even see 100 naira in a day.
For me, I would say they should all resign, honestly. They should all resign. Each and every one of them should resign. Imagine you see somebody in National Assembly that has been here for 17 years plus. After 18 years, your father's house. Like what? Collecting salary of like 3 million per month. They are the only person in Nigeria. There are people trying to see people breaking into warehouses now because of hunger. Just common palliative they are going to even collect. Something that is rightfully theirs, they are still shooting them for no reason. People dying out because of stampede. It's very wrong, honestly. If they know what's good for this country, they should resign and allow this. At least give this a chance. You understand me?
Nobody is a fool. Nigerians are no longer fools, especially the youth. Now, the most energetic workforce of the country is the youth. And so the youth should be given a priority in whatever government does. Creation of jobs, empowering those who are into micro and small scale industries so that the economy can grow. If people can then also create infrastructures, I believe this length so that the country can become better. So my advice to our leaders is that they should please have a thing that these are masses. If you have masses, you have the majority. And that is what majority of them say. They thought that maybe when it is time for election, now we will see this time around we are not like that. It's not feel as maybe because of election now we will still come back and vote for them. Our eyes are now to shine. So we are waiting for them now. But I'm very sure they will learn their lesson. Some of them will go to the grassroots, meet with the masses and the poor ones in their vicinity to do what is necessary.
To me, the government, it's the time the government should stop this act. It's the job of the government to stop it, and the government knows how to stop it.